The views and opinions expressed on this show do not reflect that of the staff and management of WNOV and W293 CX 106.5 FM Courier Communications Milwaukee, but are the sole comments of the host and guest of this particular show.
The views and opinions expressed in this program do not reflect those of Wisconsin Voices. The views and opinions expressed by hosts and guests are their own, and their appearance on the program do not imply any endorsement or representation by Wisconsin Voices. Thank you for listening to Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voice.
Be a 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 voice.
Visit WisconsinVoices.org.
Visit WisconsinVoices.org.
Visit WisconsinVoices.org
And learn more on how to be a voice with Wisconsin Voice.
What's up? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. We are on WNOV 860 AM, 106.5 FM. Be a voice with Wisconsin Voices Radio. I am live with some cool people in here. Everybody smooth this morning. Good morning, everybody. Morning. It's good to see you. Joe, Debo, Garvey. What's going on, my brother?
It's Friday.
Yes, we made it, man. We had a busy week on the low again.
I feel like I haven't even hardly seen you at all this week. Hey, and you've just been bouncing back and forth and all over the place. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. I would say that this week really, building up to the busy event season and getting into busy event season, you'll see a lot of action being made, and you'll see a lot of people coming through to show some love and really get involved with what we got going on and partner with other people that we work with. So me just telling you, just being the guy that was put on like out the gate, the way Tamika threw me in and the way Nicole had me active and the way LaToya accepted me and the way Tim let me in. And I thought it was it was a good way to really get you started when it comes to organizing versus just kind of sitting through like some training videos,
those exciting training videos that every employer wants to make you watch.
Right. The training 101, organizing 101. I don't even think I would have got the right experience if I would have did it. The way I'm doing it, going to visit and meet with organizations across our beautiful city, and then going to meet with folks across the country and work with folks across the country. That's been a fun way and a way to show my natural skill coming into that. And then, learning so much from the inside from my own organization at Wisconsin Voices. It's been fun. So
we had an exciting day yesterday.
We did.
We did about that.
Yeah. I want to recap that. I want you to talk about it too, from your point of view. So yesterday we went to the Black Advocacy Day at the Capitol that they do February 29th. Of course, it's an event that highlights, some of your local stars when it comes to organizing and politicians and individuals who work in other sectors in the community and, of course, statewide and local. Some of the people that we work with are partners that do some of the sessions. And then you have, of course, individuals who are state officials and people that might work with the state officials pretty close. So I do like that, you get a little taste of all variations, varieties or whatever when it comes to, showing how serious it is and how important it is to look out for our community, not, just Milwaukee County, but all the way up to Superior and in between. So.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was just such a neat experience to be around so many people that were championing the same cause, as we do day in and day out at Wisconsin Voices. So it was a unique experience for me.
Yeah, I was there for you, Joe.
My very first visit to the Wisconsin State House. Absolutely beautiful facility there. If anyone ever is in Madison and gets a chance to go and just kind of walk through and look at the different pieces of history that are throughout that building, it was unique and amazing. Getting to meet so many great people, like you said, not just from Wisconsin, but the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, and a state representative from Pennsylvania. They were both great speakers, and and just to fellowship and gather around and talk and network with other champions of our cause as well. So it's great.
Yeah. I think that right there, just seeing it firsthand and just, it motivates, young people that we work with and people that we will be working with in the future. We're going to have individuals that are coming through our programs and our Wisconsin Voices Youth Program, which if you are interested, contact us and let us know about any potential youth that you may want to have work with us. If you feel like they need to be pulled in a little bit, anybody between 14 to 22 we have right now, 24, 14 to 24 right now. If it's anybody you feel that you want to, tap in with us or should tap in with us so I can learn a little more about civic engagement and, healthy well-being and, knowing your rights in the community and, being able to woosah outside of their own circles, you can let us know. Go to wisconsinvoices.org. You can email us at press@wisconsinvoices.org. You'll have that opportunity to, get that extra love to them, and they'll definitely get it from me because, my background with working with youth, you just, overall, over time, even though I'm not a parent yet, you get that natural instinct to, really support these young men and young women and do whatever you can to really show them another view, even if it's just the smallest thing, like, this is the proper way of, handling yourself on a hygiene level, or this is a proper way of talking to an employer. There's so many options and so many ways that we can help them, in a positive way. So
that's our next generation of leaders that we're bringing up. So those are the next leaders in our community on the state level, city level. So it's really important work.
Yeah, it is. It is. So that ended a little later than it was expected, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
That happens. And I want to shout out, and that's why we're going to bring her in, because we got to let everybody know that my lovely supervisor, she did her thing yesterday. She got up there and represented for Wisconsin Voices and did the advocacy training in one of the rooms. Actually, it was a hearing room. And to be exact, because, I like specifics, it was the North hearing room. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? That building was constructed in was it 1917 or 1817? One of those 17. Either way, it's old. You know what I'm saying?
They don't build them like that anymore.
And she was able to do her thing in that building. And that's a piece of history for herself. She can tell her grandkids who right now don't understand it, but Granny got up there, parents, or I said her parents, but her kids understand it. She got up there and spoke about advocacy to people, and they was engaged. And I think that from her point of view, she could tell us that she had a good time. Go ahead and tell us how it was, Tori.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. It was a very wholesome conversation, and it was a much needed conversation about advocacy, because advocacy have a lot of parts, and people deal with it on a daily basis. And you're dealing with politics when you're dealing with advocacy. And that conversation was very, very wholesome, very engaging. And it wasn't just a conversation. Well, it was a conversation where people were engaged and they were replying back and asking questions and enthused. And we seen them all throughout the day, me and Brian. And they was just
showing love all day. You was getting the love. He said, beautiful African people from Milwaukee. I was like, shout out to that young man over there. He said from Urban League, I think he said, or work with Urban League. Cool guy. Yeah, you did a great job. I think you got up there and explained from different levels, and you went deeper than I was expecting with some of those, ways to bring the people in and awareness. Right. Yeah, the awareness. Also, that was first.
Issue.
Right. Yeah, and then also you went to the real spiel when it comes to speaking about breaking down the silos.
Yeah.
Like I'm always promote breaking down the silos, because I thought that was important even when I was in corporate working for workforce development. I want to know what's going on, how my numbers looking in QA. So I want to know what the training numbers looking like, how many people coming through the program that I work with, getting jobs, whatever the case may be. Or I got to be able to talk to the case manager. So if I can't flow and talk to the case manager, QA, or if it's certain supervisors you want me to talk to, because I like to keep it in them silos so much, and it's in a smaller environment. It's not like it was even harder in those environments because you were working in the same office
and they were competing with each other.
Exactly, and you was in silo.
Mm-hmm.
So not only are you competing with each other, you're in the silos with these individuals because they want to brand a certain way. But it can be harder to reel people in the organizing, because think about it now, we're physically all across the city, and we still trying to bring people in. So you were right with everything you said, and I was back at everything you mentioned when it came to destroying the silo.
Yeah. And because if you think about it, you got a lot of smaller nonprofits coming up in the city that is addressing different issues and concerns that they have. And you have other nonprofits that's been working in that field for a couple of months, and they don't network. They can have connections where they can have larger scale events going on and really promote the issues that they're working with, but they don't talk to one another. They don't communicate. And everybody, not everybody, God forgive you, never say everybody. Some people have their own little cliques. And if you not a part of that clique, and if somebody in that clique don't like you, then y'all not gonna work together. And I feel like I told them, and I told that young man Wednesday when he kept asking me about a certain situation, I don't care if I like or don't like somebody. If you're working on the greater good for my community, we gonna work together, and we gonna make sure we get things done. That's just it. We need to work together. But we would like to hear from the community. If anybody has anything to say, please give us a call at 414-444-5250.
Yeah. So thank you. Appreciate that. For us, before we go off the Black Advocacy Weekend Weekend Day in Madison, we got some time to build some camaraderie between us three. We had a good time. That was fun. I mean, just being able to kind of break away. And
I'll use my quote that I use in the office all the time when we're kind of sitting there talking. I say we're team building.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're just talking about the last game, or we're talking about what we did last night. But ever since I came to Wisconsin Voices, I always brag about this team and how great we work together. And like Latoya was saying, when we're focused on the goal and the mission at hand, we're going to work with anybody. And that's just kind of the way we do it in the office. That's the way we do it outside the office. So that's kind of the Wisconsin Voice theme there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love my team.
Yeah.
I brag on my team.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice being able to have a group that you can work with like that. Even going on trips like that where you got to go up to, a 68, 69, 70 mile ride up.
72 miles.
72 miles. Yeah.
To Madison.
Okay. Yeah. Being able to, break away and still have that same connection, it was cool. So yeah, thank you for making it fun. So before we get to some other topics, etc., we gonna talk about the young man, and we want to make sure that we let it be known about Mr. Andre Richards, the guy we talked about a couple of days ago. He did end up raising substantial amount of money after his accident. I thought that was did you hear about it? Did you see the update on that?
I did see the update. I also saw that he had insurance that's going to cover that, and they also, at the last I checked, I think they raised $30,000 in addition to what he was going to get from the insurance, which is great. That means he's going to be back out there and back on the road. So
yeah, definitely. I think that our city showed up and showed out wherever it came from. It was given to an individual that is obviously working hard to do his thing out here and give a great meal to the folks, in an area that's pretty accessible if you floating through Milwaukee for the most part, or if you're a downtown east side dweller, or even just a east sider overall. Or for me, I grew up right down the street, Upper Hampton, so that's just one of them places I know a lot of people from my area that I grew up in probably patronize. I thought it was cool that we actually showed up that quick, how it was done. It wasn't one of those situations where you see it hanging for 2-3 days at $150 or something. So it's
the community steps up when needed.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And he's been a kind of a staple in the community, at least since I've been here. I went by his truck every day going to work. So it's really great to see the outpouring of support from the community or something like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, so the guy that owned the Gulbo Valley truck that used to be on East Capitol a lot.
I was looking for that truck.
Yeah.
Somebody hit it.
Somebody
Yeah, you didn't. You got.
I think we talked about it on the last show.
Yeah,
we talked about.
But you still got to.
Right. Yeah. So
our bad for not recapping.
I was just over there though for the while he was in it.
He was closing up. Yep.
Oh, wow.
Getting ready to close up.
Yeah, so it was an individual. I think she was arrested for OWI, and he's gonna bounce back though and be stronger this time. Probably a full huge truck this time. Make that bad boy orange represent the same way this time. Put some steel reinforcement bumpers on that. Man. You can buy those. They got them. I look at them. They got them for every truck. If you want to reinforce your vehicle, you can get them steel bumpers. My people out here who really got a little extra money to spend that's listening, get you those steel reinforced bumpers that they got on some of them truck websites. You won't go wrong at all. You can move anything and anyone out the way if you need to, if you got the power. And just real quick, I just want to say, because we kind of knew this probably should have happened last year. We see McConnell's stepping down from the Senate Republican seat after, of course, being around for a very long time.
Older than me.
Yeah, right.
Longer than my
Reagan being on Reagan's. I think, saying something, he was...
When you freeze at the mic, that's a clue that
it might be time to call quits.
Go, man.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, twice too. It wasn't even
that we know.
Yeah.
So, he might be freezing at all.
Yeah. Oh no, if you doing it in front of 300 million people, and then everybody seeing it across the world times 300 million people that's probably watching in other countries, they seen that. People watch this, they seen it. They already know what it is. So. Yeah, I didn't know, as far as, the history is, it's just been around from that, Reagan era.
Yeah.
He
came in during the Reagan era.
Yep, that's all I got to say about that. So we see he's stepping down. We ain't got nothing else to say about that. Yeah. We got any events before we get to our guest, for the first guest. We just talk about any events. We got any events going on this weekend that y'all or anything that's coming up in the community that we need to put on watch that y'all seen?
I haven't really just being busy for yesterday's events at the Capitol. I haven't really looked to see what events they have going on right now.
Yeah. All right. So, well, real quick, if you got any events that we need to highlight this week, let us know. I know our second guest will definitely give us an event to highlight. But if you got any questions, comments, call us at 414-444-5250. We're on WNOB 860 AM, 106.5 FM with BA Voice at Wisconsin Voices with Wisconsin Voice.
Catch Wisconsin Voices, Be a Voice Radio, every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. as we focus on community partnerships, voter education, and long-term collective impact for all Wisconsinites.
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices, Be a Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org. Wisconsin Voices' 3 pillars: protecting democracy, teaching advocacy, building community.
Hello, caller. You're alive. All right. Well, call back in when you're ready. So, we got one of our partners in here, stand-up guy. Been having us working with him, and it's been fun, and it's been informative at the same time, getting an understanding of other people's circles when you work with organizations, because usually they have a crew that they working with is pretty solid, but this guy had been standing pretty tight, standing pretty tall himself by himself, alongside, of course, one partner that come in. I'll let him talk about.
Well, I'm not by myself. It's just I've learned to be a little bit more discreet.
Okay, so who you are, what you do, and all that good stuff that comes with you.
I'm Sean Moore, man. I'm an activist, advocate, father, son, resident, old man.
Old man.
Yeah.
Old man still moving like a
I'm
young
enjoying
man.
getting old. Good.
You still moving well though.
I try.
Yeah. So with your background and what you're doing and the way everything is going, why are you doing these activities and moving around like a young man these days?
I'm from Milwaukee. I mean, and looking out this window, that's Capitol Drive, right?
Right.
I ran up and down these streets. This was my strip.
Right.
This was our strip, right? I take pride in Capitol. I take pride in both sides of Capitol. I take pride in my city.
Right.
And I just believe that as one of the many people that played a part in messing our city up, it's my responsibility to play a bigger role in trying to fix some of what we helped take place.
Like that. I remember when I first met you, one of the first things you asked me was, do you feel like the OGs from like your era was really showing that, support, or gave us that, that extra up? And I said, well, besides like, maybe my grandparents and my uncles, it really wasn't too many OGs outside of them that I was learning things from.
Yeah.
And I was just learning hard work from them, and that the women were the ones showing out my family. So before we go to the next question, we got a caller on the line. I want to see who we got here. Hey, caller, good morning. Are they going? All right.
You got to catch it when they
Yeah, they did.
I point to
Yeah. So, Sean,
Yeah.
what are some things that you feel are needed on this Capitol Drive? Capitol Drive is it has its areas that outshine others. But what would you see in that area, Capitol Drive, that you say you help? I want to say
We need more community-based businesses.
Okay.
Right. We need businesses that have community owners. We need businesses that are willing to work together with the community,
all right,
to restore Capitol Drive. And I'm working with some brothers. We talking now about trying to implement something like that.
Okay.
It's the Capitol Drive Collective. So it's in the beginning stages, and we're going to see.
Okay. Yeah. No, outside of the Capitol Drive Collective,
yes,
you're doing some things, and you work with organizations yourself. And you have an organization yourself and the team that you work with. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it's CUP. It's Community United for Peace and Progress Coalition. It's actually a coalition. And I work with parents who have foundations, organizations, any organization who's involved in preventative measures to some of the violence that's taking place, that has affected them, etc. And we're also about to start focusing more on traffic violence. So
go a little bit more into that, Sean, about the traffic violence, because we all see that every day.
Yeah.
God rest their soul, but 2 women lost their life last night. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We often look at violence as gun violence, violence against each other physically, right? But what we never really look at is that vehicle and the violence that vehicle can deliver. Once you reach a speed of 30 miles plus, that vehicle is now a weapon. That is no longer just
That's true.
a form of transportation.
That's true.
Right?
I totally agree with
a
that.
weapon.
That's true.
So we on Capitol Drive. It's one of the major strips in the high injury network.
He hit one of the worst streets to drive down.
Yes.
Have a lot of the most accidents.
Right. So looking at it with the job I do now, I'm able to look at data, statistics, crash analysis, and the data, man, it's last year alone, Wisconsin had 5,345 traffic deaths. Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Right? I understand we had 200 homicides. And that's terrible, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But 5,345 traffic deaths for a state.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And most of those deaths occurred in or around communities of color.
I was just finna say Milwaukee, most
Right?
likely.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm sure Milwaukee has
Dane County,
2,000.
Kenosha, Racine, Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yet we don't talk about that. We don't focus on that. And
I agree.
our children, those that are still children, they don't drive. They ride the bus, they walk, they bike, they skateboard,
Yep.
right? We don't talk about this, about keeping them safe from that.
That's true.
Right.
Every car is potentially a weapon. It's a bomb that's going to destroy your family.
And then, you know, something else I think about when I'm thinking about this summer, because every day that it's been warm out here, I love to see the young men and women that's traveling together on the tripod bikes, the scooters and bikes, and a group of them, like a good 7 to 10, be on the little scooters, like the dirt scooters.
Mm-hmm.
They were out there the other day, and they were doing tricks on those scooters, and all I thought about for the safety of them, I said, oh, this summer is gonna be so, because people fly and they gonna end up hitting one of them, and they doing they tricks and just playing, having fun, trying to have fun in different ways, you know.
With the organization
Mm-hmm.
and with the job I have now, I'm with the Wisconsin Bike Fed and the Milwaukee Walk program. I want to really focus on educating people around traffic safety
Mhm.
in a way that we haven't looked at it.
And I was going to ask you to make another comment as well about, or go more in depth about your time with the organization and what they exactly do.
I just started working with them.
Okay.
You know, and I'm blessed
Okay.
that they gave me this chance. The Wisconsin Bike Fed is focused on pedestrian, bicyclist, scooter safety,
Mhm.
on traffic safety, preventing traffic deaths,
Mhm.
preventing accidents. You know, we often think, oh, this is, it's the Wisconsin Bike Fed. They only in the white communities. Well, they're not, but we don't talk about it.
Right.
Right. And I'm glad that I have this opportunity to help educate us. Because I used to ride bikes. I still ride bikes. Me and my bikes. Me and my guys still ride our dirt bikes, bro.
I love to ride.
So we ride our dirt bikes. You know what I mean? So, but we don't talk about those dangers. These streets, they belong to the bike riders too.
Mhm.
They belong to the pedestrians too, right? They belong to those riding scooters. I would rather see you on a scooter than a bike anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Well, than a car.
Oh.
I would rather see you on a bike because I ride bikes.
It's
But
the
you know what I mean? Great exercise.
Yeah.
It's for the environment.
And you get to
And that's the perfect point.
Man.
It helps the environment too.
and you get to explore.
Mhm.
It would
and
reduce
meet
traffic.
people. And it reduces traffic.
Yeah.
So it's going to reduce those traffic
And emissions.
Those
Now,
accidents.
right now, you
It's
know
gonna
what I'm
be
scared of? If
our
we
world
can
safety.
change this, it will, because
can.
people riding bikes, these people don't even pay attention to them. I'm like,
Right.
pay
Have to
attention.
You have to feel safe.
Yeah.
You're going to be out there biking in the road. You have to feel safe.
Hey, it's serious, because even somebody, in the office that works with one of our partners that we work with, one of the young ladies that rides every day to the office, she got hit right around the corner from here, and somebody
Are you
kept
talking about in your office or across?
one of the offices.
Sarah? Well,
Yeah.
because
I don't want to put people's names and stuff like that, but
it's
yeah.
accident reports.
Oh,
Yeah,
Right,
but
and I can
he doesn't want to put her
I'm
name
not gonna say her
out
last
there.
all right.
I don't say that. But we need to bring focus to people like
Yeah,
her.
but that's true though. I mean, no,
Riding her bike
no,
and guys, and the person kept
We
going.
ain't got to say her last night,
right.
but we need to start personalizing these victims of these accidents.
Right.
We don't, and that's why there's no focus on because it's another person got hit. No, listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
They lost their life, or they lost their life. What are we gonna do about it?
And why is it getting to the point where parents are starting to not buy bikes for their kids because they know they're scared that their kids will be out there riding and end up getting hit by one of these people driving crazy.
And I agree. It feel like I grew up riding heavy. I was one of those that learned how to ride real young, and my dad he showed and it's just I was able to go everywhere, and luckily I was in a apartment complex where I was able to ride with freedom. As I got older, I was all across the city riding.
That's what I was finna say. To be honest with you, I grew up right on the east side on Richards and Concordia.
Yeah.
I used to ride to Carn Park. I had a pink bike with the banana seat, and I had the little basket in the front.
Yeah.
And I would put my blanket, my lunch. My mother would make me a sandwich and all this stuff. I would go to the Carn Park, put out my little picnic stuff, and sit down and play with my friends and stuff, and ride our bikes all over the city, go everywhere. And right now, today, I have 7 grandchildren, and I promise you, I don't think about buying them a bike because I'd be like, oh my God, no, I don't want somebody to get hurt.
And now, especially because I'm learning more, right? And I'm also learning about how important it is to our health and our well-being to have these alternate forms of transportation. We got a caller.
Yeah, we got a caller coming in. Caller, we about to get to you. Hold on one second.
And
Joe made a perfect point when he said, but Joe made a perfect point when he said it will help with the environment as well. So we got a caller on the phone. So caller, let's hear what you got to say. Let's hear your voice.
Go on.
What is it? Like 12, good afternoon almost?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. This is I'll say my name, Ivy. My name is Mr. Ivy Moore.
All right.
I'll be there some more. How you doing?
Afraid to say these things because there's a lot of people out here, names need to be said. But the bike situation, we got to just police our neighborhoods, you dig, or your block.
Yeah.
Don't defer your kids from not riding the bike.
Right.
Right.
I did the same thing you used to do. I'm sorry you couldn't roll with us. We was rolling.
Yeah.
Down at Trail 76, Benny Bonds to the lake.
Yeah. Roll to the lake plenty of times. Yeah.
But today, it's just like a madhouse.
Yeah.
And if you from Milwaukee,
yeah,
you know it wasn't like this.
No.
It wasn't like we was coming up.
Yes, sir.
It's not happening in the 90s.
Yeah.
When they started taking the basketball courts down on the parks.
Yeah.
And I remember a situation my son come to the house like, Pop, they took the basketball courts down. I'm like, what? I said, okay, go to the school. They done took those down too.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what do y'all have for our kids? We need to start saying these people's names. Let me calm down. We need to get to the root of all this.
And you are correct.
I'll be all over Wisconsin. And it teased me off to see these neighborhoods out here. And when you come to the inner city, it's just the roughest.
Yeah.
But it's going to take us to fix it.
Yeah.
It ain't going to take no money. It just going to take us police in the neighborhoods.
Yeah, and standing up for the right causes. Yeah. Like he said, police in our neighborhoods and not letting letting these young people with these destructive minds just had a way in our communities.
Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Moore.
Appreciate you, bro. Wait,
hold on. Right, we got another caller. That caller was on there for a minute, so I don't want to hold him. What you got? Let us hear your voice, caller.
Yes, good morning. Once again, I don't know what happened to the phone, but I'm saying good morning, Mr. Sean Moore. And I still have a dirt bike myself that I ride.
My man.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes, sir.
I'm not kidding you. Yeah.
Well, we need to get an event going on riding our bikes together.
Yeah, that's what we used to do.
Yes, sir.
And I still have one.
Which one you got?
As it relates to exercise and physical fitness.
Which one you got?
Todd, which one you got?
What you got, Todd?
What is this? It's a can. It's green too. Hold on, let me look. Cause hold on, I can look for real and real.
You got a 90s dirt bike,
And
Todd,
got
or you
this
got an
spin.
80s dirt bike?
It's a Chaos Kit 20.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you had to get you
That's
something
it.
else to ride with us, Todd.
you know it's got.
We ain't doing that, Todd. Todd, we're not doing time.
I'm listening.
Todd, we're not doing that, Todd. We're not doing. Todd, listen, man, you gotta at least have because it's you. I'm gonna let you get away with
Margin,
yeah, you know you gotta
diamond back.
because that's what we ride
man.
still.
Come
Well,
on,
at least have a
just need a
GT,
bicycle,
bro.
man. That was when we was fashionable back then.
We still got them though.
I don't
Hit me later. I want to put you up on some
Going on
where
the
you
press.
find some cheap,
Come on, man.
right? Take it to KG. He'll give you some parts. You know. So
You said who?
KG, Kevin Craig. You still got parts and everything, man. But you can't come ride with us and you got a kit.
Hey, listen, I don't even do it like that, man. Come on, man. You know I do music 1,000 miles an hour.
I'm just messing.
I'm doing. I'm bam bam.
I'm just messing.
Todd, you know we gonna joke around with you all the time.
Yeah, I'm live. It got rich.
You know what? You know what though? Maybe 9 months ago, if I would have I would have gave you.
Todd, you can't get no record deals today,
frames, bro.
Ain't no record deals today, Todd. We ain't giving out no record deals today.
Todd, man, I look at y'all.
Happy Friday to you, Todd. Right.
See y'all, and I'll see y'all.
All right. Look at people. Today. So just to finish up real quick before we take a break, just can you give us a little bit about the summit and what's going on?
Okay, so we in the final steps of finalizing the summit to kick off a safe summer. We call it a safe summer initiative. I'm working with some other people. I'm working with y'all.
Who you working with?
I'm working with y'all.
Who was that? Who we?
Wisconsin Voices.
Right?
Voices, right? Who was the first organization to really
Support.
take the idea, right? And support the idea and say, you know what? We believe in the idea. We want to work with you to make this happen. And the summit is a 1.5 day event. First day is registration, meet the facilitators, the agenda, get to know what's going to happen the next day. The next day, we're going to start with breakfast, and then we off and running with 6 breakout sessions that we will rotate through. We're going to have jobs there, guaranteed jobs. We trying to get the colleges involved. You got to call.
Yeah, we got a caller. Okay. Go ahead, caller.
I just called. Listen, y'all got to put that bike because I miss my bike, and so I'm gonna tell y'all something. I need a trigger, or a GT, or I need a bike with big wheels.
So
I tried to ride my little cousin bike. I got on that bike with like 4 feet, and the wheels collapsed on. I mean, it was bad. I mean, they laughed at me. I mean, the bike, the wheels just collapsed.
It's like he was too big for it.
Too big.
Oh, you got the connections on that version.
So the bike fair does do giveaways. Sometimes you would have to look on the website for that, but I may be able to help you out, man. My phone number is 414.
Wait, we on the air.
I don't care. 888-0693. 888-0693. Everybody got my number.
Hey, Sean with some calls tonight. Like,
sound like me. I'll put my number on there. If you need help and I can get you on them networks, I'll do that. That's what this is about.
Sean do that. Somebody calling late night.
But the summit, we want to. The purpose of the summit is.
No.
Yeah, still talk.
Well, thanks for calling in.
Well, thanks for calling in, Mr. Moore.
So, Mr. Moore, real quick, I had one more just to add, because that was Ivy. He says Ivy Moore, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You can contact Northwest Side CDC as well. When we went to that event last week, Sean, they did say that they was had some organizations that they work with too that get a bike too.
Bikes away.
So come up to Wisconsin Voices, come say what's up to us, and then once you leave from us, go over to Northwest Side CDC and talk to Denitra, and she should be able to help you out because she's working with the Soul Road the Soul Road, which is a bike event, and we're going to be working with them as well because it's a great event. Plus, it's going to help all of us keep that heart pumping. I'm going to even get one of my auntie. I'm gonna get my auntie out, and hopefully I'm gonna grab my little sister and maybe some friends of mine.
I'll make sure I can fit these bikes.
Yeah.
And let me give y'all this shout out. Come to Wisconsin Voices, or you can go to our webpage. Or Facebook.
What's our webpage?
Our webpage is is wisconsinvoices.org.
Yeah.
And then also our office is located in the center of the city at Century City Towers at 4201 North 27th Street.
Right.
Yeah, on the 7th floor. So y'all can come up there, and we're really about community. We're really about networking and really getting people out of, say that word, Brian. I ain't good at it.
Which one? The silos.
Silos.
Yeah, I got you.
Get people out them silos. I'm gonna say it wrong unless I hear somebody else say
Hey, it was funny when you said cyclones the other day. I was like, I was gonna wait until you asked me about it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
That's
Well, speak on it when we come back from the commercial, okay?
Please join Wisconsin Voices every Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. We will be focusing on community partnerships, voter education, and long-term collective impact for all Wisconsinites.
You're listening to Wisconsin Voices Be a Voice Radio. Follow us at BAWI Voice and learn more at wisconsinvoices.org.
The 3 pillars of Wisconsin Voices are protecting democracy, teaching advocacy, and building community. Learn more about Wisconsin Voices and our partners at wisconsinvoices.org. Stay up to date on our community events page and get involved by visiting our donation page.
Quick prize we can give away, 414-444-5250, a couple prizes. Quick question, this is the question for the prize, and we want you to call in and get this prize whenever you're ready. Again, 414-444-5250. Give us one of our guests that we had on this week. If you were listening this week, who was our guest? And we'll get you right back after our interview that we have coming up. We have one of our partners that is about to tap in with us right now. Now, we work with an organization called Exfabula. And Exfabula, what they do is they give the opportunity for people in the community to tell their stories through storytelling. And, I'll give Miss Shine the opportunity to really, tell about the organization. I think she's on air with us now. Good morning, Miss Kim. How are you doing?
Good morning, you guys. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. Well, thanks for calling in.
Doing?
I'm actually traveling right now. I'm going to go see my dad. So I'm on the road, so I hope everything sounds good.
You're a real daughter. You're going to see Pops. I know you're excited. Have a great weekend, and hopefully you stay sunny the whole weekend so y'all can really get out here and eat good. And, are you going pretty far?
I know, just to Chicago.
Chi-town. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you good. Y'all about that.
All the food there.
Yeah, you good. You ain't got to worry about nothing. So thanks for calling in. We just really want to, know
about your
organization with the Exfabula and what you got going on. Before we get into the new project, go ahead and tell us what you got.
Yeah, so Exfabula is a storytelling group that's been around, I believe since about 2009 or so. And it really is just bridging the gap between different communities and different people through true stories. Because a lot of people, think that we're all different and we're all doing different things, which somewhat is true. But you learn that everyone is similar and we all kind of want the same thing, which is peace and happiness and prosperity. You learn that through telling your actual true stories.
So how's it set up when it comes to the storytelling? When people are actually able to come in and talk about things that they're that they want to talk about, what type of structure or setup have you seen in Exfabula and the some of the events that you've participated in?
So when you come to an Exfabula event, it's basically set up where 10 people throughout the night, you put your name in the hat if it's just a regular slam, and you get picked. You get 5 minutes to go on stage, tell a story about the theme of the night. And yeah, if it's a competitive slam, they'll pick the winner, and that person will go on to the slam at the end of the year. But if it's just a regular show, you just come up, have a good time, and then that's pretty much it.
Do you remember any themes from any of the shows that you went to?
Yeah, actually, I was volunteering at one of them. It was about hair. And I told a story myself about the time when I was working in a previous industry and I don't wear a wig.
Okay.
And I told the story about when I wore a wig and it actually took out some of my hair.
Okay.
And I know
I'm with you on that. Shout out. I don't wear wigs either.
I mean, it was definitely I learned a lot. It's like I will never do these things that I did before. But if you wear a wig, that's okay. Just make sure you know what you're doing.
Yeah. To each his own. You right. If you wear wigs, no pawn to you, but just I'm like you. I'm not good with them. Yeah, get the itch and I'll pull it off.
But yeah, all of our things can be anything. It can be hair, it can be fear, it can be love, it can be anything that you experience in life. And that's kind of where the After Dark for the Culture series came from. Because I've been a volunteer and a story coach and whatnot with It's Fabulous for a few years now.
Okay.
But I work for Hyphen and Radio Milwaukee.
Nice.
And so I wanted to create something where Black and Brown people can come on stage and tell their stories in a safe space. Because like Fabulous does encourage that and embraces that, and it's a safe space in its own. But sometimes we need our own spaces. And so myself and Aaliyah McAdden, we came together, created this idea, and that's what we're talking about now.
Yeah, I do really appreciate X Fabula. Because some people may not want to go to traditional, and I don't want to get too deep into the mental health side, but some people may not want to go to like a traditional a therapist, but you can go there and actually tell your story in a space where you feel comfortable. I attended my first X Fabula event when I was working for Food Share program, and that's how I found out about the organization. That was back in like 2015, maybe 20. I think it was. I'm trying to think what I was driving at the time. Always got to think about what type of car I had. And I think it was either 2016, 2017. Actually, I think about it. And I went there and I told a story about just my experience, just being a Black male and some of the experience I personally had. And it was a story that, I was able to open up. And at the time, I was the only Black male in the room in that space. And everybody was cool. Everybody enjoyed the story. They appreciated me for just stepping out my comfort zone and being able to tell a story. And we sat in kind of like a little circle, and it was on the south side. I think it was off of National or somewhere over there at the time. But yeah, it was this opportunity for you to really share. And I think that all three of us in here, Debo included, Carby, everybody got a story. You would actually enjoy it. One experience. It looks like they set their game up big time since when I went back in 2015, 16 to stages now. So.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. So, looks like we pretty much lost.
She lost her.
But,
she driving.
Yeah, but it's all good, Miss Sean. We thank you for calling in. Either way, from X Fabulous, we do want to hear a little bit more about your project. So if you can call back in, please do that. Caller 414-444-5250. Give us an individual we had on the show this week. Tell us who it was. At least one person. We got a couple prizes for you. So again, 414-444-5250. All right. So what y'all got going on this week? We got another busy week ahead of us.
Oh yeah, we got the youth program next week.
Tell us about that.
So our youth program started last week.
Where did it start at?
At Wisconsin Voices.
Mm-hmm.
And we had 15 youth ages from 14 to I think it was 22 that came.
Yeah.
And we really designed the program to educate them on life factors when they're growing up, making those decisions, anywhere from knowing their rights to healthy behaviors, healthy communication styles, a lot of different things. But we have a caller on the air.
Caller. Good morning. Good morning, caller. You are on the air with WNOV 860 AM, Be a Voice, Wisconsin Voices. Who are we speaking to?
Hey, my name is Leah.
Hey, Leah.
Hi, how you doing?
All right,
good. Pretty good. Happy Friday to you. What's going on with you?
Happy Friday to y'all too. I've been tuning in to y'all show and I absolutely love it. It's part of my morning ritual.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you stated something about two names that were mentioned.
Yeah, you just give us one. Just one.
One
Somebody
of
else on
our
the show.
partners that was on this week.
Yeah.
Brandon Trigg.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my boys I love to kick it with as well. Brandon Triggs. Yes.
Yeah,
Brandon Triggs.
amazing work in the community.
Yes, he was busy this week helping people in multiple areas, whether it was pantry at Atkinson, helping people move this week. So we do again want to highlight Mr. Brandon Triggs of helping the kids better themselves and the village with Keon as well. So you are correct. And
if you can hold on, we'll get your information so you can come and pick up your prize at Wisconsin Voices and get to see the organization.
Yeah.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for calling in. So yeah, appreciate
what's
that.
your
All right, yes.
All right. So that was good. I'm glad that Be a Voice is really helping people in the community learn how to be a voice, learn how to actually engage their community and be involved, because it's gonna take all of us. I like what Shah said earlier, and the caller that called in, Mr. Moore. I like what he said. And that's really, really true. We're gonna have to police our neighborhoods, and we're gonna have to let these people that really think it's okay to be reckless, we're going to have to let them know it's not okay to be reckless in driving. It's not okay to be reckless with this violence and shooting off these guns. I am tired of looking at the news and hearing little babies getting shot and killed. We really got to do better. I'm tired of looking at the news and having all these car accidents. I used to live on Capitol off of 46. And I'll never forget, I was sitting on the porch one night, and all I knew was this car was red. I couldn't even tell you what make and model the car was because they were going so fast that all I heard was you just hear them screeching up the street. And they got from 46 to 60 if I say about 20 seconds, how fast they was going. And just think about Capitol from 46 to 60.
Yeah.
They was flying. So we got to get better at.
I was not Capitol is, not like you said, that's one of those obvious streets that's pretty rough when it comes to the traffic. One night, just a story real quick, just as we talking about reckless driving. One night I was walking back from Casablanca on Brady Street like 2 years ago, and maybe 3 now, and it was like 1:50, 2 o'clock in the morning, and a white Infiniti was on Brady. I know that Infiniti had to at least be doing 85, 90 miles an hour, and then it was a police chasing it afterwards. It was so quiet, and then to see a car doing above freeway speeds was crazy to me. So yeah, that they do it on single streets. They do it on the single lane roads. They do it on these double lane roads like crazy. And these roads are not even flat. The surfaces, if you look at right here at the intersection of 20th, it's a big dip that I hit every time that I'm coming this way. And people hit it from both directions, whether you're coming south on 20th or if you're going east on Capitol. So, not only is it not safe, it's the roads. I mean, not only is it not safe to drive that fast, the roads are not even in all areas on Capitol. You already know that it gets ugly in certain spots.
The infrastructure is pitiful here and across this whole state.
Yeah.
And I just, we were thinking about events, and I see an organization that's doing a mass moral march and assembly tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. at the Capitol. So Wisconsin State Capitol at 10:30, the poor people, the Wisconsin Poor People's Campaign, a national call for moral revival. They're literally, let's join together to demand living wages, voting rights, health care, fully funded public education, a healthy environment, clean water, affordable and decent housing, and end the war on the economy, genocide to people across the world, and they want to protest at the Capitol to end poverty and more. So their protest is pretty much about everything that our partners really work on, everything. So I'm giving that shout out to them because all our partners, say that word again, Brian.
Oh, being in the
Silos. We need to come out these silos and support like that campaign. That's about the work that everybody in the community wants to see happen, wants to see go on. So we all need to go out, support, and stand up and really be involved. And that's where we need to, is to those politicians to start really working on stuff that's really important in our communities.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Mhm.
All right. For me, for this week, I think we'll just be bouncing ideas and helping Sean finish up with his Boys to Men Summit we'll talk about. Of course, we got the show again this week, which should be great. Also, we're going to make sure we get somebody from X Fabulous to get on with the call drop so we can finish up that conversation about a project they're working on, which I think it'd be fun for us and fun for the community as well. So again, we want to say thank y'all. God bless y'all. We love Milwaukee.
Register to vote.
I was just going to say, anything about voting you got to say, Joe?
I go one whole show without me talking about voting. Voting starts March 19th. Get out there, register, get out and vote and vote early. Your voice matters.
All right. Yeah. Well, from our team at Wisconsin Voices, this is Be a Voice at WNOV 860 106.5 FM. Thank you for tuning in and happy Friday.
Expressed on this show do not reflect that of the staff and management of WNOV and W293 CX 106.5 FM Courier Communications Milwaukee, but are the sole comments of the host and guest of this particular show.
The views and opinions expressed in this program do not reflect those of Wisconsin Voices. The views and opinions expressed by hosts and guests are their own, and their appearance on the program do not imply any endorsement or representation by Wisconsin Voices. Thank you for listening to Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices.
Be a voice.
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 Visit WisconsinVoices.org. Visit WisconsinVoices.org.
Visit WisconsinVoices.org.
And learn more on how to be a voice with Wisconsin Voices.